Hello and good day. I'm Joy Holt and I'm here with Mayor Denny Spinner here in Huntingburg, and it's Monday with the Mayor. Hello, Denny.
Welcome back to Huntingburg.
Thank you. I love it over here. It's beautiful.
We got it's a little cloudy, but for January it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll take it, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
We're not shoveling anything right now.
I'll be happy with that. All right, so last week you guys had a meeting and you talked about cybersecurity. Can you give us a little bit of detail about what that means for the town and what you guys are doing to combat that?
Okay, this discussion has been we had a discussion at the last couple of council meetings. A few years ago, we put in a fiber network for the city, so it connected us a complete fiber ring for all our offices, and we had been taking some steps to make sure that all the steps that we could take to make our system as secure as possible have been taken. And we found out that we are doing a reasonable job of finding those gaps. So we're trying to do some internal training on how can we be more proactive internally into making sure that we don't introduce any kind of viruses or any problems into our system from an internal system. So we're doing what we can. You know, there's the way this industry works, it changes from day to day. So there's always a risk. But one of the risks that we determined was what would happen, and this is kind of going back to there has been incidents in small communities across Indiana over the last 2 or 3 months where there was a breach of security, where data was compromised. And so the question the council raised to our internal system was, what are we doing if we would have an event like this, what would happen? So at our last meeting, we had a discussion on basically insurance for cyber risk. And what that does is that should there be an incident, if something would be compromised in our system, what would be the steps that we could take to protect the data that's already here, recover the data that might be damaged, and make sure that those holes are kind of plugged. It's a security risk that everyone faces. It's a reality. Again, I don't think we're going to come up with a 100% solution, but at least we're going to have maybe a path in place should something be compromised into the system. So our council is meeting tomorrow night. We heard the presentations from our insurance carrier, and they sought out what would be the type of insurance we would have. The Travelers Group has this type of insurance as part of their portfolio, so that's what our consideration is. And it is important to our citizens because there is a lot of data that we collect, and the most obvious place would be with our utility billing system. Everybody's utility information is on here, but there's data in that we collect as part of that. That should that become compromised, it could cause some problems. So we want to make sure we're doing everything we possibly can to protect that data, protect our system, and to have a path towards recovery if anything should happen. So we've got a number of proposals, options out in front of the council tomorrow night, and so it'll be a matter of deciding, where we want to go with it. I think that we'll take action. How far we want to go with it, the different options that are in front of us as part of the discussion. Okay,
and so if your security is breached, what happened in these other towns?
Well, for example, there was in one of the other communities there was what they call ransomware, where they actually held the municipality for ransom for unlocking their data. Well, there is in this insurance there is a way to recover those costs. That there would be a way to help us have people from the insurance company help us in helping identify where the risk came from. Those types of things. Bring some resources to us as part of our policy to help resolve that as quickly as possible, because there's going to be downtime, there's going to be recovery. So how do we make sure those costs and the services that we provide continue on? So that's an example of what can happen. And with this type of insurance policy in place, again, it wouldn't prevent it from happening, but would give us a path to make that recovery as quickly as possible and as at least cost to the taxpayers as we possibly can.
Okay, great. Yep. That's great. All right, so on to some more lighthearted things. Let's talk about Wintergate.
Wintergate is an event that's coming up this weekend. It's on Saturday here in downtown Huntingburg. If the Wintergate sounds somewhat familiar, it's familiar because it's a kind of a sister event to Garden Gate. Garden Gate is the wine and jazz festival that happens here in Huntingburg during April of each year as part of and the car show that happens is a great weekend here in Huntingburg. It'll happen in the area around Old Town Hall, which is soon to be Market Street Park. We're moving towards that. But what Wintergate is all about is it's bringing some of the wine vendors that are normally part of the festival in April into town. From 5 to 7 p.m. They'll be at various locations at various merchants that are part of the program. They can come in and do some wine sampling and do some pre-testing, I guess, of what's going to happen in April. And then that evening at 7 o'clock at the Gaslight, we'll have some jazz music, so kind of get the flavor of not only the wine, but of the music that might be part of the festival. So that's kind of a way to raise some awareness of what happens as part of the Garden Gate Festival. And with Garden Gate just around the corner, I think it's going to be a nice, fun event for people to come downtown and see what's happening in downtown Huntingburg and get ready for that next festival. Market Street, of course, as we've reported before, is the next project in the stellar plan to get launched. We're looking at a groundbreaking ceremony sometime in May or early spring, late spring, early summer. But construction will start in 2017 to transform the area around Market Street into this downtown park area. And we're just so excited that process is going on. We've had a tremendous committee working on this for over 2 years now. And we're down to some of the decision points on exactly what the atmosphere will be. We've got a great layout for that, and we'll be excited to share some of those plans very soon with the public about the actual look and feel of what's going to happen there. So Wintergate's kind of sets the stage for the next big thing in Huntingburg, and that's the Market Street Park. So I just invite everybody to. It starts at 5 o'clock. I'm sure if you go down the street, there'll be locations where signs where you can go in and help taste the wine, and also then enjoy the jazz at the Gaslight on Saturday evening.
Okay, what time does jazz start?
Jazz starts at 7 o'clock.
Okay, 7
And the
o'clock.
wine testing is from 5 to 7. So come up,
Okay.
and just taste, and let's not get over.
Right. Don't take it too far.
Enjoy yourself and enjoy and drink responsibly, as we always do, as we all should do. But it should be a nice evening just to kind of visit some of the merchants who help support our community all along, and give them a chance to see some new folks perhaps, and invite them in and see what's happening in our community.
That sounds great.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yes,
Hope
it does.
to see you there.
I probably will.
All right, very good.
Thanks for letting us come by.
No problem.
All right, this has been Monday with the Mayor with Denny Spinner here in Huntingburg. I'm Joy Holt. Thanks.